Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvaney. I'm here with Mike Godwin. We're going to be recapping this past week's games in the A Division. Mike just wrapped up Week 7, getting ready to head into the All-Star break.
All-Star time now, right?
All-Star time. Well, after we're done recapping, it'll be officially All-Star time. And then all we have is Week 8 and then playoffs. I can't believe it's already here.
I know.
Cannot believe it.
Time flies.
So yeah, we have a lot to talk about today.
This could be like a 2-hour video. We might just yap for 2 hours.
Yeah, probably. And we probably won't even.
I think everyone would like that.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably watch it for all of like 2
we're
minutes.
not going to put a lineup on there, so they have.
They just have to find it. And we probably won't even talk about teams in orders. We'll just talk about one team and then just go to another one and come back to them later.
Yep.
So that sounds like a plan. All right, let's get started with Brothers versus WSI.
Brothers almost had it.
Lost by 6.
Almost had their first win.
From watching the game over again, doing the highlights, it was a good game.
Yeah,
It was definitely a good game.
Definitely looked like it. We weren't there for it, but we caught the end of it.
Yeah.
Because we had our.
I'm sure they all stayed around to watch the faculty in their A Division debut, which we'll get to. We'll get to later. Let's look at Brothers first. David Todd, he can just straight score the basketball. 21 points and 7 rebounds. AJ added 13, but they're pretty much the two-headed monster for Brothers.
That's a regular game for AJ there. 13 points.
No, I mean he's.
I've seen him up in the 20s,
Yeah.
but he's like an average 13 to 15.
Right around 13. Now we look at WSI, who, Mike, we were just talking about this before we started the show. 5-2 right now in the season. I was trying to tell you this.
I was trying to tell you to stay on the bandwagon last season.
No, it was last season. It was time to jump ship at the end. I knew Mike would get the right pieces together for this season. That's why I've been on WSI bandwagon.
Just for this season.
Yeah.
And
for the foreseeable future.
I stuck with them through thick and thin.
No, you didn't. You jumped off.
No, I didn't. For one game, that's it. I was on vacation for a game, that's it.
No, there's none of that.
I jumped off for one game, and look what happens. A new WSI team. A force to be reckoned with.
Brandon Wicker. 14
Best
points.
team
14 points. He's being
an
part of his
all-star.
first All-Star game here at HAC.
I think he made it last year, but he couldn't make it.
Didn't come.
He
So
couldn't
first time
make it.
showing up.
Yeah.
First time showing.
We'll call it
Well,
first time.
we don't even know until he's actually here.
Exactly.
So maybe he's not showing up. RJ Bullock only 4 points.
Sorry, he didn't need to score.
He did. For only having 4
You
points, he
can't-
did make a highlight.
You can't come at somebody for not scoring when they win the game. It's just something
I wasn't
you don't
sure
do.
because RJ, a couple weeks ago, he said if he would have known the camera was rolling, he would have shot the ball a little bit more. Well, the camera was rolling this week, and
He didn't know again. That's all it is.
I'm gonna need him.
They won the game. That's all that matters.
Obed, 7 points, 6 rebounds, solid game for him. Will Townsville, 13 points.
Don't even say anything about Mike Boyd. They won. All right.
I wasn't going to. I wasn't even going to say Mike Boyd's name, but now you made me do it. Now you made me talk
They
about
won.
it. Mike Boyd, 4 points. Mike, what does that say in his field goals made
I'm
and
not getting
attempted?
involved with this. I'm not getting involved.
Mike Boyd 0 for 9. That is not acceptable. Not
They're
acceptable.
5-2. They won the game.
Well,
They played to win the game.
no thanks to Mike Boyd, they won the game.
His 4 free throws. If he didn't make them,
Perfect from the line.
they win by
But during
2.
the game, he can't hit a shot. I was watching. I saw airball after airball.
Wow.
These weren't even just rimmed out.
Why don't you give some credit to the brothers' defense on it? Maybe they box them
Some of
one.
them were wide open.
Box them one.
Wide open airballs.
Don't listen to him, Mike. You guys won the game.
Mike, this is not acceptable. This performance is just
Been
not
trying to
acceptable.
tell him that.
But Mike Hubbard, he's got his boys playing
They're
really well
buying
right
into
now.
his system.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. It's kind of like in Philly, there's maybe a player or two that wasn't buying into the system,
Yeah.
so they had to get their papers.
Yep. Go on.
Just like Deshaun Jackson had to get his papers.
Go on.
Look for WSI to make some real noise in these playoffs. Next up, we have GSU versus Air 5 in, let's call it what it was, Mike. It was a blowout.
Yeah.
31-point
Speaking
win
of looking
for
at
Duke.
teams that are going to make a run, this GSU team is on a run right now. They're going to take it into the playoffs.
What kind of run are they on?
With everyone there,
Didn't
they're
they almost
top
blow the game
team
the
in
week
this
before?
league. Almost. Did they win? Yes. I see Bill Mellon at softball. Tiny keeps talking about GSU. I said, you guys are a great
He
team.
made the highlight video this week. Bill made
Of
a
course he
3 in
did.
the corner.
Of course he did.
Yeah. Blake Rubenstein, an all-star, 20 points.
This team is a top team in this league with everyone there. I'm putting a stamp on it.
You know, I don't put stamps on anything anymore. Maurice Rowe, 17 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, filling out the stat sheet.
Mm-hmm. Jabril Bailey, 17 points, 10 rebounds.
Yeah, they
double-doubles.
had a lot of contributors this game. Now, are we going to give GSU all the credit, or are we going to say maybe Air 5 wasn't playing much defense?
Well, it looks like they were short-handed, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no Tyre
Play
Hudson.
against a team on the other side.
They're
of the
missing
court.
their 2 best players. They're all-stars.
Yeah,
Tyre
but you
Hudson
play
and Nick
against a
Richards.
team on the other side of the court, right?
You know what? Forget it. I'm not a believer in GSU anymore. You were talking me into it, and I go look down here at Air 5 and realize they're missing half the team. Looks like Air 5's just picking people off the
GSU
streets
is
to play
missing half
this
their
game.
team. Brandon Fox, RT Pomsky.
It's missing RT. Is
They
that
were
really
missing the coach.
missing RT? Is that a big loss?
Imagine if the Spurs were missing Greg Popovich.
You just compared. Schultz isn't even here to talk about the Spurs. All this time I've been saying it was all his fault. We suspended him for a whole season because of how much he was talking about the Spurs. After they won the championship, I knew I couldn't handle it anymore. But yeah, Air 5 missing their 2 all-stars. All right, that'd be like the Spurs when they go over to play the Heat and they just rest their players.
No.
That's what I'm seeing here. Tykeem Fairley, 17 points for Air 5.
16 rebounds. Were you going to skip that stat?
No, I was getting to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting to it, man. If you would have let me finish, you would have heard me say and 16 rebounds.
Go on.
And that's pretty much about it for them.
That's about it.
Yeah, not much else from anyone else.
Not Air 5's best day at the ballpark, but
No, when you don't have your stars, this is what you get.
well, maybe they were busy.
Not acceptable this late in the season. Next up, we have the best squad versus Here We Go Again. Like this game had everything. It even had a fire drill in the middle of it.
Yes, it really did have everything. We had dunks, we had 3-pointers, fire drills, you name it, they had it.
Tyler Bell, 34 points. Then we have Elliott Savage, who, 6 points, 8 assists, 10 rebounds. But isn't he an all-star?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but that's not all-star scoring right there, 6 points.
That's filling the stat sheet, though. He played point guard this game, so,
Okay. Adam Ahern, an all-star, 29 points.
Tyler Bell. That guy could jump through the gym.
Yeah.
Gotta
Look forward.
get him
I'm hoping he comes out for the dunk contest.
Yeah, I hope he gets in
I'd
there.
look forward to seeing him in the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm.
Then we look at Here We Go Again, who comes away with a huge victory.
I think I called this.
Probably not. No,
Are you going to
said the
announce
best
it?
one.
Are you just going to let it go? Or are you going to announce who made an appearance this week?
He's back.
We've been seeing
He
his
is
name
back.
on the roster for about 4 weeks.
We thought they were just messing with
Yes, but he finally showed up.
us. Nate Francis is back.
He's back.
I heard he missed the HAC Adult Basketball League so much that he moved back to the area just so he could play again.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it.
Brendan O'Brien, 17 points. And all this talk you've been talking about how he's been having a bad season. He goes and gives
When
17.
did I say that?
Come on, it's all you ever say.
When did I say that?
Jake Royal chips in with 14. Nate Francis, I heard he couldn't miss in the first half.
No, I watched the video on this game. He hit 4 or 5 threes in the first half, I think.
Which means he couldn't make one.
Well,
in
he
the
made
second
4,
half.
yeah.
Which means he couldn't make one in the second half. All this tells me, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for Nate this week. All this tells me.
Game back. You've been giving passes all season. Give him a pass.
Fine, 1 week. And then Shaddy with 25 points, 6 rebounds.
That's what
He's in the All-Star game.
That's what we expect from a guy like that.
Right.
Go on.
No, I was just looking to
Did
make
you
sure I
say-
didn't miss anybody before I
Did you
moved on to the
say
next
Jake
game.
Royal, 14
Oh
points.
yeah, I got Jake.
4 guys in double figures. That's all you can ask for in this league.
All right, next up. Next up, Mike, it's time. It's time to talk about the debut. We have Flight Skin versus the Faculty A, led by Scooty, Turk, and the boys.
Scooty Turk. That's our new name.
Scooty, Turk, and the boys.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm all right with that.
I'm okay with being a part of the boys.
Mike, did it feel like the Faculty dominated this game pretty much from start until there was about 10 seconds left?
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't know about dominated, but we had a solid lead.
Yeah, comfortable
10 to 12 point lead.
10-point lead throughout.
And then we got
Lackadaisical. Now,
defense.
do you think that, you know how in baseball they have like closers?
Yeah.
Stuff. Do you think the Faculty needs to send out like us as the closers for these games if they're not able to finish?
Absolutely.
Because
that's when we should have sent the dogs out.
yeah, so probably with 10 seconds left, we should have pulled everybody, sent them over,
First
came
legs.
in, and we'll add that as a new stat. You can now get a save.
Okay, I like that idea.
A save in basketball.
As you know, I'm a big baseball fan.
Yeah, and I'm not a big baseball fan. So, but yeah, we don't have all the stats for the Faculty.
I know Scooty had a good game.
Scooty had around 24, 25.
He played in 3 games on Sunday, and I think he had over 100 points.
Yeah, he played. He had like 69 points in another game that he played in, and then in the
B division
game, yeah.
25 in the A division game.
had over
This guy can play.
20-some points for the day.
You might think he played professionally or something.
Yeah, something like that. Unfortunately, Chris Laws, he rolled his ankle in the first game, so he wasn't able to play in the A division game. Mark London, good performance by him, but where was he when we needed him the most? At the end of the game, when he just runs by, and I'm going to talk about Danny in a minute. Just runs by Danny.
Stands in the corner and watches Danny shoot that 3 to win the game.
Couldn't believe it. And how about Mark taking a charge early in the game? You think Mark's got to get his weight up and maybe?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about him flopping too.
Yeah.
A lot of talk.
I can see Mark being a flopper. Before we move on and talk about the Flight Skin, how about Jeff Lawson's performance in the A division?
0 points in the B division, and he comes up with 9 in the A.
9 in about 2.5 minutes of play.
He's just a big time player. That's all it is. We've been ripping him this whole time for being a punter.
Wow,
He's a
he still
big
is
time
a punter.
basketball
Still is a
player.
punter.
Big time basketball.
So let's look at this Flight Skin team. Brian Dorsey,
led by the 2-headed monster.
Yes, that's. I was just gonna say Brian Dorsey 2 points. Where was he?
Just
He probably should have stayed on.
trying to get in Mark's hand. That's all it is.
We look at Damon Vance, 25 points.
Devon getting the dunk contest.
Yeah, we need him in there too. He
Yeah.
said he wants to do 3-point.
Does he?
So,
if you're
25
here,
points.
get the dunk contest.
Yeah, might as well.
No excuses, Devon.
7 rebounds. And then we look at Danny. 21 points, 10 rebounds. The biggest play, maybe of Danny's basketball career.
He actually
Safe to
said that a little coach in Danny at the end of this game here.
Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't like
Which
that.
I got to question the ruling.
Yeah, we're
But-
gonna. I don't. You know what? Mike, we sit in these seats and we're allowed to make rules.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to look into this. And I don't know. I didn't like him running over and fouling Terrell when he wasn't even in the play.
We need to go to replay because Terrell
Terrell was trying to get timeout off. I think he got it.
Yeah, I
but
think he did too.
But
well, we know Terrell, he's soft-spoken, so.
we know Danny too. Danny's probably sweet-talking the ref before he went and did that.
Yeah, I mean, that guy.
But let me paint this picture.
Pulling strings.
Let me paint this picture for all of the Danny Rodriguez fans out there.
I think you already painted it by putting it on Facebook.
10 seconds left in this game, and Terrell's on the free throw line.
Just misses.
Just barely rims out. He just barely missed because the rebound dropped right next to the basket. So it was a soft shot. It was a nice soft shot. And Danny gets the rebound, and as soon as Danny gets the rebound, all I'm thinking on the sidelines is, oh no. Here we go. Dribbles down the court.
And I'm watching Mark, and all I'm thinking is, oh no.
Dribbles down the court. You see Mark running down, goes for the steal. I don't know why. He just contests the shot.
Anyone that watched that video, please, if you have an explanation of what Mark was doing, please enlighten.
Because we called him into the office several times. We almost gave him his papers.
Yeah, he might get suspended.
Just for lack of,
I don't even know what that lack is.
Lack of a lot of things. But Danny dribbles down. We're talking NBA. It'd probably be a couple steps back from the NBA three-point range. There was like 17 faculty players in his face, and everyone else on his team was open. It looked like wide open.
Yeah, I saw one of his friends.
So yeah, they actually circled everyone that
all
was
his
open.
teammates.
But Danny had the confidence in himself. Let it fly.
Yeah.
And you know what? The crowd went nuts. Flight skin went nuts. You would have thought they won a championship. But beating the faculty sometimes can feel that way.
Yeah, since the additions of the faculty, what are we, 4-1?
Yeah.
So.
And, I'm really just going to call it my 5 now.
Yes, because
we really should have won.
Because plus, after that happened, we had about 2 seconds. Full court heave to Turk. He rims one in and out to end the game. So I'm going to count that as going in. So faculty 5-0.
Yeah. 5-0. Next up, we have ACC versus Drunk Monkeys. And Mike, what have I been saying for the past month?
What have I been saying? I called this game.
No, I've been saying that ACC needs a win against one of those top teams like the Crew or Drunk Monkeys to be considered a title contender.
To be honest with you, I didn't remember you saying that because I don't listen to it.
Mike, you should be listening to every word that comes out of your mouth. But yeah, ACC didn't just beat Drunk Monkey; they destroyed him, 78-54. Where's the Drunk Monkey? I remember the not 29, not 30, not 31. That Drunk Monkey.
Well, maybe they lost one, so
they don't care.
I guess not.
They're just going to cruise out and just try to win the championship.
Yeah, I guess so.
What a pickup for ACC, Julius Gray. He had just one of those 8-8-8 games. 8 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists.
Which, this loss here, there's a lot of playoff spots on the line here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams that are at 5-2 or 4-3.
What's ACC's record now?
They are 6-1.
So that's huge for them. That's a huge win. Because it could potentially get them a first-round bye.
Right. So,
Tavon Moore.
This actually says they're 5-1. I think that is forfeited. No, we didn't put it.
Okay. Tavon Moore, 29 points. Mo Jackson, 20 points. Tavon Moore also 16 rebounds. A lot of people getting like 16 or 17 rebounds this week.
Yeah. Was it the rebound week, I guess?
No Tamir Gibbs. Now, let me look at Drunk Monkey, see where it went wrong. No help. He's back to his old self, not showing up.
Maybe Dan's off the show, so they'll decide not to show up.
Maybe. Maybe we need to send Dan to his house.
Yeah.
just to go get him.
No Brandon Tennell?
No Brandon. Yeah.
This is a different game, I think, with both of them, though.
Yeah, but still, I mean, we just talked about ACC didn't have Tamir Gibbs.
That's just what I said.
How good do you think this felt?
Who knows? I'm just a guy talking now.
How good do you think Brian Salter felt after this game? Because Drunk Monkey's team had knocked them out last season.
sure felt good, but playoff time's right around the corner. Whole different ball game.
I like how ACC's playing right now.
Me too.
I like their A and their B team.
Yeah.
Make some serious noise in the playoffs.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there is one team standing in the way of either their A division team or B division team, and that's the faculty. But if there's no faculty here, I could see them possibly winning 2 championships. First team to ever do it, a B division and an A division. Do you think it's their destiny to do that?
No. I don't see it.
Okay.
I don't see it.
Our final game, we have the Crew versus the Tigers. Mike, what's wrong with these Tigers? They lose 75-43.
I guess, I mean, did their team go as Corey went? I mean, Corey's not here, they're struggling. Marky D.
Yeah, see, they
Not there
didn't have
again.
Marky D. They had Rock Anderson.
Yeah, Rock was there. Rock came a little late. Not too late, just a few minutes
Did
late.
you have a chance to get his name engraved on the MVP trophy yet?
No, not yet.
When you get around to it, get that put on there for one. Stacy, only 6 points. No, I feel like once almost their whole team got in the All-Star game, they just stopped playing.
Yeah.
Man. Kalana, he got his 11 rebounds, but he couldn't get me 2 more points. I see he's 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
You know what? Kalana, he needed some help this game. The Crew's a pretty big team. And he's like their only big man.
Yeah.
Like, they have some tall players, but they're not like in the post. I mean, you look at the Crew, they got Kivas, who plays really good defense. Tone Washington was there, who's a big boy. Teron Moon, he wasn't there, but he's a big boy. And Ricky Anderson, probably one of the most athletic centers in this league.
Yeah, Ricky had 13 points, 14 rebounds.
Tough to score on this team.
The Crew with
Which is
Toon
why
Washam now as well.
they're
Is anyone going to
7
beat the Crew,
and,
Mike?
Huh?
Is anyone going to beat the Crew?
No, I've been saying that for weeks.
Are you sure no one's going to beat him?
The faculty does play him this week.
Surprise for him in week 8.
The faculty
Lucky, I know.
does play him.
Lucky, I told Lucky, I said the faculty's got a little something for him. And he laughed. He laughed at it. I didn't say anything funny about it. I was dead serious. The faculty's coming for him. We're going to ruin that undefeated season.
I don't know. It's going to be a good game.
You don't have to tell us.
We're not doing a preview video yet. Don't ask me who I'm picking.
Vern, 14
Because
points.
that's my favorite team. versus
Sean
my own
Green,
team.
15 points. But the faculty is your favorite, and the Crew is the second. You think Lucky's a little nervous about playing faculty?
I doubt it. But probably not because he hasn't seen us play. He hasn't seen our players.
Do you think he's a big fan of what the faculty's doing? Because just like the Crew went from the B division to the A
following in their
division,
footsteps.
so is the faculty the next Crew?
It could be.
And the Crew has a championship, so it's
They're
only a matter of
probably gonna
time.
get one this season.
Only a matter of time.
They're my pick this season.
So, there is totally one big absence.
But even if we beat them, they'll still get the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
I see them winning. Now don't ask me any more questions about it.
All right, that'll wrap it up for the A division this week. Really excited about this All-Star weekend. Really excited
Me
about
too.
it.
It's gonna
We'll
be a
have a
great
little
time.
All-Star video coming out soon as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anything for you, Mike?
Nothing for me.
All right. Mike will see you guys all on Sunday. I'm away this weekend. He's running the show.
Yes, I am.
So it's in good hands. And good luck to all of our participants. And then, week 8, right around the corner.
We need dunk contest participants.
Let us know if you want to. Yeah.
Please.
Message us.
We want to make this thing big.
Really excited about it.
We want to make it big.
All right. We'll see. Mike will see a lot of you on Sunday, and then back at it next week.
Yep.